Welcome to the Fruitful Life.
Productivity is essentially interlinked with organization and time efficiency. And so if we can tackle those two areas, then we will make for much more productive creatives, and that information can then be applied both to our businesses and our lifestyles. So last week I talked about my 5 tools for productivity, which I'll link up here. This week I'm going to talk about my 3 rules for productivity, or the 3 P's as I like to call them. Number 1 is plan, number 2 is prioritize, and number 3 is practice. So let's dive into each one of these and talk about what they mean. So the first of the 3 P's in productivity is plan. And that means we need to be proactive about our approach both in our lives and in our businesses. One trap that we all get stuck in is spending time on areas that are outside our circumstances. For instance, worrying about a job that you sent out and you're waiting for client feedback, worrying about perhaps you've done something wrong before the client has even had the time to get back to you, or budgeting for something and sending out a quote and worrying about whether the client's going to accept that quote or not. These are tasks in which our time is wasted. Social media can be one of those as well. You're spending endless hours scrolling rather than doing. So by planning your time, you can be highly productive with how you go about your day, how you go about your week, your month, your year. I suggest, number 1, having a larger vision for your year. And then number 2, creating goals for your month and for your week and for your day. By breaking down your goals into smaller, more achievable tasks, it makes it easier for you to process that information and actually achieve it, because each little achievement or little milestone in your journey to your larger vision then gives you the motivation to keep going. If the task feels too monumental, it's easy to give up on it. So I highly encourage breaking your larger goals into smaller, more achievable steps so that you feel like you're making progress throughout your day, week, month, and year. Moving on to tip number 2, which is to prioritize. Even if we make a plan, it's important that we use Pareto's 80-20 rule. His rule basically states that 20% of our actions directly affect 80% of our outcomes. So if we're able to look at the plan or look at the goal or list that we've created for our day and work out what tasks are the priority and what are the tasks that will lead to our 80% output versus trying to just get through the whole list, will ensure that we maximize our day and we achieve the most important things first. So for instance, today, here's a list of the various tasks I have to do. And I started off with the smaller things like sending out emails, but these are the important things. It's ensuring that I'm in touch with my clients, ensuring that those key issues are being resolved, and of course, most importantly, I'm getting my taxes done because it is October and our tax filing is due. So by prioritizing those small tasks, that means I can quickly finish them off, tick them off my list, and then go on to the more time-consuming tasks like making a YouTube video, and that way I've used my time efficiently. I've got the most important tasks done first, and now I can focus on the larger, more exciting project. Number 3 is practice, which means we need to build systems for ourselves that help us stay organized, that help us save time and build healthy habits. In Michael Bundy's book, The Coaching Habit, he says, to build an effective new habit, you need 5 essential components: a reason, a trigger, a micro habit, effective practice, and a plan. So we started with the plan. we know what our trigger is. It's the motivation to finish the goal. And then we need to take time to build these micro habits. Now, what is a micro habit? When it comes to building any effective behavior or habit, you can't just go from 0 to 100. You need to slowly build up the practice of doing that thing. And in the process of slowly increasing your time doing that thing in little increments, you will get to the space where that becomes a healthy habit. So for instance, if you want to build a practice of drawing every day, drawing daily, it's hard to draw for an hour every day if you've never done that before. And so perhaps you start by scheduling a 1-minute drawing session. And so every day you draw for 1 minute. And once you get comfortable with that, you then extend it to 5 minutes. As soon as you build this into your schedule and you do this daily, that time increment will slowly increase because you get used to it and you start enjoying the task that you are doing. And then 5 minutes doesn't feel so long, so it gets extended to 15 minutes, then 30 minutes, and eventually an hour is a piece of cake. And this principle can be applied to any habit you are trying to build. So that is my 3 P's for productivity: plan, prioritize, and practice. And if you effectively do this every day and build this into your practice, I can guarantee that you will be much more productive, both in your business and in your lifestyle. That's it for me. Be true, be you, stay fruitful.
Thanks for